What's up, YouTube? I'm back. We sold the Jetta and I went out and bought this same day. I feel like I got it cheap. Let's see. I picked it up for 1,400 bucks. So I think it's cheaper than Copart. I don't have to do anything to it. It's a 2008. It's only got 180,000 miles. Pretty sweet. I think I'm gonna start doing a series on how to get cars cheap. Copart's not the only way. There are many different ways to get cars cheap and to negotiate. These guys, the lady I guess, had this posted for 2,000. I talked her down to 1,400, went and picked it up. There's nothing wrong with it, drives great. Yeah, you just gotta talk to people, ask questions. If you don't ask, nobody's going to, say yes or no. So, just gotta ask the question. I got a new camera, so bear with me. I'm trying to figure out how to use it. Hopefully it looks better than my GoPro. But yeah, we're gonna do a series on 5 ways to get cars cheap. I bought it yesterday for 14, drove it home, went and got an instant title, posted it today for 33, and I've got 3 people interested. I could over double my money in 24 hours. That's kind of my goal. I wanted to buy this and a couple other cars where I don't really have to do much to them. I can just get them here, clean them up, or do what I have to do real fast and get it out. I just want to make a bunch of money real quick, then I can get into another project. I do have one in mind that I really want to pick up and put on YouTube, so we'll see. You have to stay posted, see if I can swing it. If I sell this, I'm gonna go get it. So I'm hoping I sell this today. I will make probably, I told them 3 is my minimum, so I'll make $1,600 in 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. But yeah, on to my whole series, how to get cars cheap, and then I'll do a series on how to sell cars, what you need to do. But I guess rule number 1 is the search. You can go to Copart, you can go on Facebook Market, you can go on Craigslist. Craigslist now charges $5 an ad, so I don't use them. But yeah, I went on Facebook Market because Copart, you have to wait 2 to 3 weeks to get a title. I don't have 3 weeks. I don't want to wait 3 weeks. I get bored. Especially, and then you're buying them smashed. So not only do you have to wait 3 weeks, I guess it gives you time to fix it, but that's 3 weeks. You can't do anything. You can't make money. So Copart for me is a thing where if I have 5,000 sitting around, yep, I'll buy one from Copart, and then I'll buy another one where I can go get an instant title the next day. I'll sell that, and I'll keep flipping and making money while I'm working on the other one, like the Audi, the Accord, those cars. So Copart's good. You do get cars cheap. They usually are rust-free, and they usually are low miles. But like I said, 3 weeks on the title. So how do you get them cheap? Off Facebook Market or Craigslist. First rule of thumb is set your settings to see the newest ads first. If you're scrolling and you don't see anything you want, put it down, come back in 10 minutes. Do it again. Every 10 minutes till you find something. It seems like work, but, how hard did I really work? I looked for this for, I sold the Jetta. I was home, sitting here, and I was looking. I looked for maybe, 5 hours. So 5 hours of looking at my phone every 10 minutes, just quick scrolling, seeing the new cars. This one had popped up. I jumped on it. You got to be there. You got to jump on it. You got to be looking. So I knew this would sell for more than what I was going to get. Even if I bought it at 2,000, I knew it would sell for more. So, I bought one from Copart. It was a 2001 Escape 4-wheel drive, just like this one. But it was an 01, and I sold it for $2,900 first day. This is a 2008 with less miles. Yep, it has that little dent there, but people are going to buy this. This is a perfect kids' first car, college kids' car. It's 4-wheel drive. That makes it, you know, that makes people want it. It's got the V6, it's the bigger motor, so it's actually the good one. They make a 4-cylinder one and the motors are junk. So yeah, I found it. And then once you find it, you have to talk these people down. You may piss off a lot of people, and that's fine. If you're selling something, you're going to get those 30 people that are going to offer you over your messages $1,000 less than what you're, you know, trying to sell it for. You can't get offended. It's just the way of the world. It's what they're going to do. It's what you got to do. So I messaged her, asked her if she'd take $1,300. She was asking $2,000. She said no. She wanted $1,700. I told her I have $1,400 cash on me right now. I can come right now. You got to be able to go. Whenever you find these things, you got to be able to go now. People don't want to wait around, and there's going to be 20 other people behind you that want to see it, and they're going to be saying things like, I can come right now. I have cash on me. I'll buy it guaranteed. Sometimes they even offer more money. I've done that. We just bought, Maddox sold his dirt bike, by the way. He bought this. We were buying this. He made a couple $100 off his dirt bike, and it's like, all right, he was bothering me. He wanted something he could actually ride around the neighborhood. So I found this. I showed it to him. The guy was asking $350. I offered him $250 over messages. He said no. I said, hey, if you'd be willing to take $250, I can meet you right now. He came back and said, all right, where? We went and met in Nunica. That's a $600 GoPed. On eBay, everywhere else, they're going for $550 and up. It runs great. Maddox got it for $250. You know, he got a deal. He made money off his dirt bike, so he's sitting on a couple $100 more bucks. He wants to buy something else. Finally got Cam's bike running. I'll tell you how I did that in a minute. But you got to be able to go. You got to be. You know, I treat this like a job. This is my job. If I want to make $1,600 overnight to drive this car home, literally go there, hand them money, drive it home. I didn't clean it, I didn't wash it, nothing. Drove it home, went out this morning, Secretary of State, got an instant title. It's in my name. Came home, drove it down the street over here to this cul-de-sac, took 5 pictures, put an ad up, and instantly my phone started blowing up. I have 3 people that are interested. You know, I already know I'm going to sell it. Even if I don't get the $3,300 I'm asking, I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to make money. $2,800, I double my money, so I got room to play. I'm happy. So yeah, you got to be able to find them, looking, scrolling, set your settings to newest ads first. When you message people, first thing you want to do, if you got cash on you and you can go right now, offer them way less. Like I said, this was $2,000. I got it for $14 because I had the cash on me and I was willing to leave right then and there. I went there, I picked it up, and don't be a nuisance. Don't ask a million questions. If you're going to get into this and you're going to be trying to get cars cheap and you're going to be trying to sell them, you should already know. You don't have to ask, go there, drive it. You'll know if the tranny's slipping. You'll know if the motor's knocking. It's worth a look. You're going to encounter a lot of people that are going to lie to you. You get there, drive it, you can tell. All you got to do is say, I'm going to pass. Yeah, for me, this is fun. It's a thrill to make this much money overnight. I'm going to be able to go buy a project car and another car and just keep flipping. So, rule 1, be looking. Every 10 minutes, if you don't find something, 10 minutes later, get back on there, scroll. You're going to see 3 new ones. Facebook Market is especially great right now. 2, message them. You can come right now, cash, offer them less. You're going to be a nuisance, and that's fine. Sometimes people are going to get mad, and they're going to get offended. Let them. It's their fault. It's not hard to say, no thank you, I need this much. 3, go get it. As soon as they say yes or consider it, be out the door. Be the first one there, because if you're not, someone else is going to be there. You don't necessarily have to find the deals. Like, this wasn't a crazy deal. $2,000 was less than what it's worth, yes. But, you know, if you can find something, like, this is my theory.
If I'm looking for a car and I find a car that's worth $1,700 and it's posted at $1,700, you know, a lot of people, if they're trying to save money or they're trying to get a deal, won't message me. I will message and say, hey, will you take $975 right now? I can come right now, have cash. They're gonna say, no, I really need to get 12. Well, then I'm gonna say, all right, well, if you'd consider 1,000, I can come. So they say yes. Usually 9 times out of 10, they'll say yes, because as soon as you say cash and right now, they think it's sold in their head. And they just want the money. They want to be done. They don't want to be dealing with 20 different people messaging them. So I'll go get it. I'll pick it up for $1,000. Already made 500. Drive it home. I'll post it for 15. And instead of selling it the first day for the people like me that are offering 1,000, I'll hold out. And the second or third day, I'll get the 15. And I made $500 just to drive a car home. This 5-part series, I'm going to split it up. I've been doing a lot of videos, working on cars, stuff like that. I want to actually show people or tell you how I actually do it step by step. So this one is going to be the buying process, things to look for. You know, obviously you want to drive it, you want to feel for shakes, wobbles, all that stuff. You should have a general knowledge about cars, be able to hear a motor run and know, okay, it's ticking or knocking or sputtering or whatever. You know, stupid stuff, cracked windshields, people don't like that. Lots of rust, people don't like that. That's why I love Copart. Copart is amazing. They're generally all rust free because the cars there, there's my mailman, they had full coverage insurance on their cars. You don't have full coverage insurance on a piece of crap. So they're rust free. These people had loans on these cars, low miles, they're all from dealerships, so you can't really lose with Copart. It's nice, it's easy. Yes, you have to fix it, you have to find the parts, yes, but it's a guarantee that you're gonna make money. It is a guarantee that you're gonna get a car cheap, especially if you wanna keep it, you know? That's where you go if you're looking for a Mustang, a Camaro, a specialty car, a truck especially. That's where you wanna go if you wanna get something cheap. But you're not always gonna be doing it on Copart. So if you're on Facebook Market, this is what you need to do. Craigslist is good. It's not as good as it used to be. Not a lot of ads, but it's still good. I saw a few on there yesterday. People are still paying the $5. I refuse. I'm cheap. I'm not paying $5 to post an ad when it's been free for the last 10 years. But, you know, look at it. It's clean. It's still got the plastic on the floor. Like, what is that? It was an older lady. It's a one-owner vehicle. Like, I knew it when I saw it. When I saw the pictures of the inside, you can tell. This thing was taken care of. It's not all stained up. It's not all... You can tell by the ads, too. If it's an older person, if it's a younger kid, you know. I generally tend to stay away from the cars with the ads. The kids, you know, swearing in their ads or saying stupid things, because if they're going to say stupid things publicly like that, especially on an ad that they're trying to sell a car on, how do you think they drive and act? The same way. So don't buy them cars. This thing's gonna sell, guys. I'm telling you right now. If it don't sell today, it's gonna sell tomorrow, because I'm just gonna drop the price. I'm willing to take, honestly, I'll take $2,500 for it. I don't care. Still gonna get a bunch of money out of it, you know. So it's at 33 right now. I can hold out, or I can just off it, make my money and run. There's my loaner vehicle. Look at that beast. Our Pacifica's in the shop. Someone hit us in a parking lot. I don't know where or when. I just noticed it one day after we washed it. I came out and there's a big dent in my rear quarter panel, so I called the insurance company, dropped it off, and this is what they gave me. So I'm getting a lesson in gratitude. This is what I'm driving now compared to what I usually drive. kind of nice because you get used to things. I'm used to having such a new car with all the navigation and all the electronics and all the bull crap. I'm driving that, I'm like, holy cow. But so when I get it back, it'll be like having a new car again. So this video, be scrolling, be looking. Every 10 minutes, new ads are going to be posted. You're going to see 3 new cars every 10 minutes, especially on Facebook Market. Like I'm in Michigan and I'm on the edge of Michigan, so what I do for my search is 30 miles. But if I do Coopersville or where I'm from, it's 30 miles, but then it's halfway into Lake Michigan, and they ain't selling cars in the middle of Lake Michigan. So I have to move my search over towards Grand Rapids, which is good. You want to go towards the more populated areas so you see more cars. The more cars you see, be willing to drive to go get them. If it's a 50-minute drive to save, say, $1,500, who cares? I'll drive an hour to save $1,500. Yeah, this is seriously lucrative. You can make a lot of money off this if you do it right. I've been doing it since, well, a kid. Now you see my kids are doing it. So yeah, this is seriously lucrative, guys. You can make a lot of money. And it's almost like free money. That's what I love about it. So this is going to be part 1. My next video, I will go over what I do to get cars ready for sale. Like this one, I'm not going to do anything because I don't have to do anything. It's clean, it's washed, it drives good. It really doesn't need anything. You guys have seen in my past videos, and if you haven't, go check them out. You know, I buy cars all the time, and if they need something, I fix them, and I document it. We did the wheel bearing, we do exhausts. This is part 1. This is going to cover the buying process. Finding the car, negotiating. I can't stress enough, man, don't be afraid to ask people what they'll take. You know, if you ask somebody what's your bottom dollar, they're never going to give it to you. So don't even ask that question, what's your bottom dollar? That just offends people. It just shows you're not serious. If you're serious, you're going to say, hey, I've got $1,500 on me cash, I can come right now. That's what gets people's wheels turning. If they're selling a vehicle, generally they're selling it because they want the money, or they got a new car and they want to recoup money. So if you got money, they're going to take your money. And if you're flashing it as if it's going to be in their hands within the next hour, they're going to take you seriously. They're going to think about your offer. They're either going to say no, and this is what I really have to have, and then you can go up from there. It's negotiating. Negotiating's been around since the beginning of time. They're going to tell you what they want, and then you're going to say, all right, well, if you would consider this your top dollar, I can come right now. If not, let me know. Boom, it ends there. You don't have to sit and talk to them. You don't have to worry about offending them. Just, 9 times out of 10, they're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. What do you got to lose? So then when you actually do it, leave. Go then there, get their address, go and get it. When you're driving it, obviously you want to listen to the motor, you want to drive it, feel the gear shift. Any ticking, any knocking, slipping of gears, shaking and wobbling is sometimes not too bad. There's different shakes and wobbles, so the more you know, the better. Especially if it only wobbles at a certain speed. Well, that's going to be something in the steering, usually a stabilizer link or tie rod, because that wheel's wobbling. If it's a vibration, very well could be wheel bearing. You just got to use your better judgment. Always drive them, because no matter what people say they are, you get there and they're always, a little different. This lady, I did not see this dent in the picture. There was no picture of these dents. I got there, I saw them, I was like, man, all right. This little spot of rust on the back here was a little worse than I thought it would be, but it's still worth a lot of money. So it's worth more than I paid. I'm gonna make money. Might as well pick it up. These cars don't usually have less than 200,000 miles, so yeah, 180. If they got 190 or less these days, people want them. People are buying cars with 200. I sell cars with 250,000 miles all the time, and people don't bat an eye at it anymore. It used to be they wouldn't touch a car over 200,000 miles, but it's a new normal, you know. Back in the day, over 100,000 was a lot. Then it was 200,000. Now it's 270. You know, anything over 270, nobody wants to touch. Actually, anything over 260. I wouldn't try to buy and sell anything with over 260. But 250, 254 seems to be normal to me. I seem to get a lot of those. And then once you got it, just give them the money and go. Go down, get your title, you know, get in it, clean it, make it look presentable, make it look better than their ad. Because people don't know how to make ads. And I'm going to get to that. That's part 3. Once I get to the point where I sell or I'm going to pick up another vehicle, we're going to do part 2 next, which is going to be the cleaning, the preparing, the easiest, cheapest way, fastest way, best way. And then it's going to get to posting an ad, and then pricing, negotiating, your selling at this point. Negotiating selling is different than negotiating buying. And then obviously selling. So I know it's a short video. I just wanted to show you guys that I did sell the Volkswagen. I did make a lot of money off it. I'm happy. We did not end up using the red rims. I did not like them. I got them. I put tires on them. They're stretched. They were sweet. I put them on the car, and if anyone knows, you put taller rims with low profile tires on a car, it drives like crap. It really does change the suspension. So unless it's like a good driving car, say you put 24s on a Suburban, it's a good driving car, they're going to change it, make the ride a little rougher, but it's not so bad. But if you put low profile tires on a lowered car, especially a Jetta, I mean, it just made it drive like a 2x4, and I didn't like it. So I put the stock tires back on it, posted it for sale. I sold the rims and tires. I actually made money. I bought the rims for $150. I bought the tires for $170. I sold them, oh geez, $400. So I made some money, which dropped the price of the car. I had $950 into the Jetta. I ended up selling it for $1,500. So I made good money. I'm happy with it. It's a week's pay for me, or just under. So it's work I didn't have to really do. I got to have fun with the exhaust. I cleaned it up. I lowered it. Made a couple good videos out of it. So yeah, I'm happy. I made money, took the money, and went out and bought this. So I'm gonna go from making money off that to over doubling my money on this, and then on the next one. And if you do it right and you don't just blow through your money, you can go from $1,000 start out to $5,000 in 3 weeks. You know, just a wad of cash sitting in your room. Recap: be searching bigger areas. If you're looking for a certain car, search those keywords. I search things like needs work, needs body work. I like doing, you know, simple fenders and hoods, and those are quick. Those are a lot better than mechanical work. I type in runs great. I type in, you know, I type in all kinds of stuff, because if you just search the generic list, it shows you what it wants to. And Facebook is going to characterize you, and it's going to go by what you look at the most. So say if, you know, like me, I was looking at Jettas. Now when I go there and I go right in to autos for sale, I'll see 10 Jettas right off the bat. I actually have to search for keywords. Otherwise, I'm going to see all the cars I've been looking at, and it really narrows it down. It really limits you. So use keywords. And I can't stress it enough. If there's a car you see, even if, you know, it's going for what it's worth, offer them less. You can offer up to 1,000 less, and people will surprisingly say yes. Guaranteed. I've done it a million times. You will offend people, and that's fine. You don't know them. You're never going to see them unless you're handing them cash, and then they're not offended. They're happy. So do not be afraid to offend people, because when you're selling things, they are not afraid to offend you. Again, as soon as they say yes, or they shoot you an address, go. You have to leave right then and there, because you need to know there's someone right behind you. There is someone, they're messaging 3 people the same time you're messaging them. You need to know that. You're in a competition with a bunch of other people. You need to sound more convincing. You need to sound like you want it more. You need to sound like you're going to buy it when you get there. Even if you get there and it's a complete lump of crap and you don't buy it, you got to sound like you're gonna buy it. And if it is good and if it's something you can make money off and it's in your comfort zone, buy it. Don't question yourself. You've done the research. You know what things are going for. You know, that's easy to do. Like this, I type in 2008 Escape, and they're all going, you know, $5 grand at dealerships, between $2,500 and $5 grand. So I knew I couldn't lose. I know I can't. So there's a lot of information in this video. Stick around. I'm going to have part 2 coming out here. I'm going to try to do a few videos this week. Stay uploading, and I'm telling you, you follow these principles, you'll make a lot of money. If you do get value out of my videos, if you do like my videos, please like them. That helps. Share them, subscribe to them. This way it works. I've been off work for months, and I'll tell you, I've got more money now than I ever did working full-time. I worked full-time. My wife worked full-time at the school. She is now home. I'm home, and we do this full-time. I am working on a dealer's license. I'm working on a garage. I'm working on something. Whether I have to sell auto parts if I can't get my dealer's license, or if I have to, I don't know. It's quickly turning into something. I'm making money. I'm happy. I don't exactly know what it's going to turn into yet, but stay tuned. I'm definitely going to pursue this with everything I have, because going somewhere for 40, 50 hours a week that I hate doing for less money just doesn't do it for me. I'm sick of being unhappy. I'm sick of making other people just hundreds of thousands of dollars while, you know, I have 20 bucks to my name. We have 6 children, so I work 40, 50 hours. I pay bills, and I've got 20, 30 bucks left out of my check. Bills are paid. Yep, I'm happy. You know, I've learned to be grateful to have 30 bucks left over, but since I've been off work, I haven't had less than 400, you know, sitting in my room. I put it in a can. All my car money just goes in there. I buy and sell all kinds of different things, not just cars. You know I show the cars more, but I've sold all kinds of stuff in this last week. You know, just like Maddox, he follows me. He does, you know, essentially what I do, and I help him out, and I guide him. He bought the dirt bike. We put the tranny in it. He sold it, made a couple $100. Bought this. Bought it for $250 at least, less, $250 less than what they're going for in market value. So he can sell this. He was thinking about putting it up on eBay for $500, make a quick $250 and run. Cam, he bought this dirt bike for $300. The guys that came and bought Maddox's offered Cam on the spot $600 for this bike. It wound up being, it was not a carb issue. It was in this flywheel right here. This bike, it's got an aftermarket motor on it, and it's powerful. It's a mean motor. This thing does wheelies in every gear without even trying. So when the guy had it before us, he got on the throttle, and there's a flywheel here, and there's a tooth. Well, he got on it, and he somehow busted that tooth, and that flywheel turned, and it was a little bit off time, so it wouldn't start. So I got in there, I did the timing, I retimed it, and then it started coughing. It wanted to start, so I knew I was onto something. So when I took this cover off, took the flywheel off just to inspect it, to see, you know, what's wrong with it. I noticed the tooth was broken, so we took the tooth out of his other motor. Let's check this camera out. Over there, look at that, zoom. Took the tooth out of that flywheel right there, you can see. And we put it in this one, and I swear to God, it started in the first kick. And this bike sounds like a 450. It literally sounds like a big bike. It's dangerous, it's freaking nasty. They were here looking at Maddox's, they were like, I'll give you $600 right now for that bike. And Maddox, well, I was like, no, we're not going to do that, because they were here to obviously buy Maddox's bike. That was his deal. He'd been working on it for a day or so with them. So that would have been kind of crappy for them to come here, buy Cam's bike, Cam make $300 and Mannix be like, what the heck? So Cam's thinking about selling this one and buying something else. He wants to get a GoPed as well. These, at least they can ride around the neighborhood, you know? They can go up to the gas station, they can ride to the park, play basketball, you know, do whatever. This bike, you cannot ride this in the neighborhood. It echoes, you can hear it all the way to the school, and it's about a mile away. So it's just not feasible, and we don't get out a lot. So, I mean, I have to put it in my van, I have to take it over to my parents' house, and we have to dedicate a day to ride it. It's just not feasible, you know, until I get a little bit more going, maybe get a trailer, get a truck again. But yeah, they're doing the same thing I'm doing. You know, they can't buy cars yet, they're a little too young, so they're doing it with what they can. They're making a couple $100 a pop. Someday, as soon as they can buy cars, I guarantee you they'll be making $1,000 a pop, and they're gonna know exactly how to do it. I do it with my dad. My dad taught me. He did it all my life. I did that growing up. I bought quads, I bought everything. Now I do cars with my dad. My dad just bought a car from IAA, Insurance Auto Auctions. It is just like Copart, but it's all insurance vehicles. I like IAA more. Copart has private sellers and dealers, and what they'll do is they'll get a trade-in. It'll have a bad tranny. They'll dress it up. They'll bring it to Copart. People that don't know better will buy it and get a car with a bad tranny or a bad motor. That's the only reason they sell them there. There are insurance vehicles at Copart. You just have to be able to go into the description and look it up and be sure and know what you're buying. IAA is 99% insurance vehicles. That means that vehicle was on the road, it was running and driving when it got into the accident. So the odds are it's going to be a better vehicle. You know, it's going to run. Check that bird out. It's going to run. This new camera is so sick. It's going to run. It was on the road when it got hit, unless it was a parked car, but 9 times out of 10 you're getting a car that's got a good tranny, a good engine, a good service history, no rust. The people had a loan on it, full coverage insurance. It was at least worth that, you know. It's not some $1,000 piece of crap with PLPD. So Insurance Auto Auction, look that up on Google. Check those out. You do have to pay a $250 membership. Copart is free, but you can only bid up to $1,000. So I have an account with Copart. I actually have an $800 deposit. I can bid up to $8,000 there. Again, if you're going to do this, and like me, even if I didn't buy and sell cars, I would still buy, build, and sell them, because I'll buy a truck, I'll build it, I'll make it lifted, put cool wheels on it, drive it for 3 months, get sick of it. Then I want a lowered car. I'll buy the car, I'll lower it, I'll drive it, get sick of it, want another truck or a Jeep. That's just how I am. That's how I've always been. Even if I'm not trying to make money, I'm always doing this. It's just the way it's the way I'm bred. But I don't generally lose money, so I think I've lost money on one car in the last few years. So I hope you watch my video and you can gain some knowledge from it. If you don't agree or you have any ideas that would benefit me, please comment. Let me know what you do. Let me know if there's a better place or another place or better strategies. I'll tell you mine, you tell me yours, we'll work together, we'll make money together, or we'll get cool cars cheap. Let me know. Please remember to like the video, share the video. If you learned anything, comment, give me a thumbs up. Be looking for part 2 here in the next day or so. I thank you for watching. Sorry, it was just showing you this. I'm going to do a series, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lots of information. I feel like the world needs this information, especially car guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you. Have a really nice day.
Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run. I was born for this.